Have you been laid off or have you recently been notified that you're going to be laid off at the end of this year or maybe early in 2025? Are you wondering what to do next? If so, you're not alone and you are not stuck. Getting laid off feels like a rug's been ripped out from under you. And what if I told you this could be your chance to create something better? Let's talk about what could be next. Hi, I'm Tracy. If you're watching for the first time, welcome. Welcome to my live. Tell me where you're watching from. Drop down in the comments. I'm in the great state of Tennessee in the United States. And this is a very real reality right now for many people, myself included. Losing a job is tough. It, it's overwhelming. The uncertainty, that paycheck's now gone that you were counting on and relying on, it's frustrating. And did I mention overwhelming? But here's the truth. Sometimes losing the job is the very push we need to build something better for ourselves. Something that puts you back in the control seat. So here's what happened to me. Let me tell you. About almost 12 months ago now. Wow, almost a year. That's hard to say or even think. I never thought that would happen to me. I've been laid off in the past years ago when my career first started through a series of buyouts and that kind of thing. But this last opportunity I had been in, I was there almost 20 years. So for 20 years of my life, I gave this company everything I had and more. They got hours of my time every week, like 50 to 60 hours a week. And yes, they traded those hours that I gave for a paycheck. But I was getting ready to head to a client. I was literally, my luggage was beside me. I got a quick invite from my former boss early in the morning. He knew I was headed to the airport for this client. He called me, and then all of a sudden, there's an HR lady on the phone with me. And guys, I've been in the corporate world. I was in the corporate world for 30 years. So I knew exactly what that meant. I knew that I was losing my job for some reason, unbeknownst to me, had no idea it was coming. And so I know that feeling, like that sinking feeling, the pit of your stomach. And you're like, oh my goodness, what just happened? Why did this happen? How did I not know this was coming? All those questions that flood to the surface immediately. And if you're like me, I'm single. So I don't have any other income to rely on or to tap into. So, not that it isn't scary for everybody that this happens to, but especially when you are the only source of your income, it can be devastating. That's just keeping it real. It can be devastating. But sometimes it's the exact thing that you need to push you into what's next and to really open your eyes and broaden your horizons and say, okay, that season's done. I didn't choose to close the door, but it closed on me. And I know many of you, look, I had a friend recently reach out to me, and she reached out because she knew I had experienced it this year. And she was notified that her job was ending at the end of the year. And there was no way for her to stay. They're completely eliminating this position and this department. And I was like, man, here we go again. Another round of hundreds of people, maybe even thousands being affected by one company's decision. And yes, sometimes it's necessary in business. But when it happened to me, I took some time and I sat back and thought, okay, there are a lot of opportunities and options out there now for you to consider. And, I grew up in a traditional home here in the US. My parents worked really hard. They grew up during the Depression. So that generation feels very differently and thinks very differently about money and working for a living and all those things. So that being said, I'm grateful for all of that. My parents taught me an outstanding work ethic. They taught me how to value money, the value of money, and how to handle it. I haven't always done that great with it, but I've learned over the years. So, the tradition was you go get a job and you work for somebody the rest of your life and save as much money as you can so that you can retire. And then what? And guys, my dad, now he was older when I was born, but he retired 1 year and like a few months before he unexpectedly died. So he worked 40 some years for someone else who did provide for our family. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying it's like a reality check. He worked 40 years really hard and then retired. And I was in middle of my high school career when he retired. And then unexpectedly, about 14 months later, he died. And I thought, wow, that'll make you think. I'm just saying, that'll make you stop and think about life. And all that time that he invested in that company. And yes, I mean, it was good. Like I said, he was a provider for our family. I'm so grateful for all of that. But I thought, wow, he worked so hard to get no time to enjoy the retirement piece of it. And I started reflecting on that earlier this year when I was laid off and in that same situation you may be or someone you love may be right now. But what if it is the push you need to step out and do something different? Something that would put you back in control, not only of your life, but of your time. Just imagine if you could do like I did and start working 2 hours a day, and then you have 22 hours. That's the rest of one complete day to determine what you want to do, how you want to do it, who you want to do it with. And you can schedule this 2 hour workday around your schedule. Because when you work for someone else, you're fitting your life into their schedule. But in this new opportunity that I've launched into, I fit my life into my schedule and the things I want to do. No longer am I dictated when I can do them and the timing I can do them. Guys, I don't even have to ask to take a day off anymore because I own this business. And I'm fully responsible for it, yes. But just I want you to just imagine, and here again, it takes time to get through all those emotions of being laid off. And especially when, like for mine, it was truly a workforce reduction and majority of my team was laid off. And so it wasn't just me that was impacted. Multiple people have been impacted by that. And, honestly, a lot of us are further along in our careers. And unfortunately, those of us that are kind of in my level, in my years of experience, none of us have been able to secure employment with other companies yet. This economy's a little nuts. It's crazy. So that being said, I thought I need to do something. There's more than one option out there. That's what I want you to see. There's more than one option out there of having to get a job and go to work for somebody else again. And that's when I had started following a lady on one of the social media platforms over a year ago, and she had launched into the digital marketing opportunity. And I was just intrigued by her. She was just a normal lady, normal mom with kids and was married and just normal. There was nothing unique, nothing special. She wasn't highly educated or degreed. She did have a corporate job at the time. But unfortunately, there was a pretty bad car accident that her husband was in, which left him with a traumatic brain injury and some paralysis. And immediately their mainstream of income was cut off. because he's disabled, unfortunately, now, and couldn't go back to work. And she had to figure out quickly what else could she do as she became the sole breadwinner of her family. And, at that moment, she and I had commonality because she was used to a 2-income situation and quickly, abruptly went to a 1-income situation. That's what I'm used to. Here again, I'm single, so I support myself. No one else is contributing to my income but me. But I want to give you some reasons, the 5 benefits of starting an online business now. And and even if you're someone who you're scared not to go get a job by a traditional company, I understand that. Look, I applied for 10 months to positions and went a long way with some of the interviews, went to final stages with 4 or 5 of these opportunities, and for whatever reason, wasn't chosen, wasn't selected as the candidate. This last one, went through 7 interviews, people. And at the end, they told me I was overqualified. So they went with the other person. I'm like, seriously? Anyway, so I'm not saying you shouldn't go look. You got to do what's best for you. I respect all of that. But you could also go ahead and start and launch this business and start working towards something that could probably and most likely would change your life and your family's life. So let me give you 5. Let's talk about 5 reasons starting an online business now could benefit you. First and foremost, it's the freedom to work from anywhere at any time. If you want to work from the beach, all you got to do is have your laptop or your phone with you. You're working from the beach. Or your couch. There's been a few days where I haven't felt the best and I just sit on my couch and I work when I need to work. It's like you're turning your laptop or your phone into your office. So wherever you go, it goes. Your office goes with you. No more commuting. No more cubicles. Oh my Lord. I hate the cubicle farms. That's what I used to call them. Just freedom to work whenever you want to and wherever you want to. I know a lot of companies recently have issued RTOs, which is a return to work or return to office policy. And there's a lot of people in the corporate world right now who are upset and who are struggling with that because since this pandemic, they figured out a way to work from home or work remotely. And I'll be honest with you, many people, when that happened, realized how much time they spent every day commuting to work. And guys, if you're like, I'm in the southeastern part of the United States, and we don't have a lot of public transportation down here. I can't just get on a train and work while I'm, commuting to work. I had to drive my car. And if you're in that situation and you're driving back and forth to your job every day, that's time it is not productive time. You have to focus on driving an automobile. Not productive. Waste of time to some extent. So freedom to work from anywhere at any time. Number 2, you set your own schedule. I mentioned earlier that I just have a 2-hour workday. And no, you don't have to have a block of time for 2 hours. You can do 30 minutes in the morning, an hour at lunch, 30 minutes in the evening, whatever works. Here again, you're fitting your work into your lifestyle in this opportunity. If you're an early bird, get up and work in the morning. If you're a night owl, if that's your most productive time, go for it. I'm an early bird. So I generally like to work earlier in the morning, especially those critical things. And with an online business, you decide when you work. It's about making life fit around your work, not the other way around. Number 3, it's an unlimited income potential. Look, if you're in the corporate world, you know this to be true. I found it to be very true in my career. There's always a salary cap. There's a ceiling on any amount of money you can make in any level of position. And, I've always thought to some degree, that's just not fair. That's just not fair. Because various reasons you get promoted and whatever, and someone else is always determining your salary increase, not you. You are not determining it. I don't care how, if you're the best performer they have, someone else, and sometimes 2 or 3 people above you, have a say so in the amount of increase you can receive in any year. And I know many of you, like me, there were many years throughout my corporate career of 30 years where I didn't get a salary increase. Maybe that year we didn't do as well financially, or a myriad of reasons. So there's no cap here in this opportunity. It's an unlimited income potential. Unlike a traditional job, an online business just simply does not limit your income. You set your goals and scale them as big as you want, as big as you want. Number 4, you will learn in-demand skills, master digital marketing, skills these companies are paying really big for. I learned that recently. A lot of the biggest companies that you buy from regularly have actually created departments of digital marketers for their own companies. Because if you think about it, most every business that you interact with, you purchase from, or get a service from, they all have a digital presence of some kind. Grocery stores, Amazon, you ever heard of that one? Amazon's changed the way we do business, how we buy products, how it gets sent to us and received to us. I'm not going to dive into that sermon, but we'll teach you those kind of skills. Online businesses teach you digital marketing skills that not only grow your business, but make you highly valuable in today's economy. I recently read in Forbes magazine, or Forbes organization, if you know what that is. It's an internationally respected business trending organization. They track trends, they track wealth, they track company performance and stuff like that. This digital marketing industry is already a $1 billion industry, but it is projected to be worth $1.5 trillion within a few short years. And friends, I mean like 3 to 4 years. So that tells me that this is the industry that is going to move forward the fastest, has the most to offer. And it is I had somebody ask me recently, they're like, Tracy, is it saturated? I said, there are 8 billion people on the planet. I said, absolutely, it is not saturated. No way. And if you think about it's worth $1 billion now, do you know how many numbers there are between $1 billion and 1.5 trillion? There's plenty of space in this opportunity. And number 5, you can reclaim your security. You can't get fired when you're the boss. Well, I guess you could fire yourself, but why would you do that? Why would you do that? You would not do that. An online business gives you the ultimate job security. You're not depending on a company to keep you employed. You're depending on yourself. You're building something no one can take away from you. And in this digital growth community that you hear me talk about so much, the Legacy Builder program is the one that I made an investment in and started learning. And that's what this program does. It will teach you and train you how to launch your own digital marketing online business. And there are many opportunities, but right now, to me, it's so easy to start. You don't need experience. You don't need a degree in anything. This program is such world class. The training goes step by step. We actually call it the Daily Pay Blueprint because, yes, you can learn how to get paid every day in this program. And right now, what I am offering is done for you products, meaning someone else has already put the hard work into developing a high quality and a high demand product that people are looking for. Just like we've been talking, I cannot tell you how many hundreds of thousands of people, and I'm only speaking in the US this year, that have been laid off from their companies. They are still announcing layoffs every week in the business stream, at least in this country. And I'm thinking, you know what? That's great. because that's just helping build the pipeline of all those who are willing to learn more and take a step of faith to launch into your own business. And no, honestly, I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I just know what it's already done for me and what it's done for countless others that are in this community with me. We're all like-minded individuals. We all own our own businesses, and we get regular. And when I say regular, guys, I mean like daily mentoring from people who have gone before us. They know more than we do right now. They share all the tools and tips and skills that they've learned. I didn't get that in any job I stepped into. I don't know about you in the corporate world. I never had someone who walked me step by step through everything that I needed to do. That's what you'll find inside of this community and inside of this program. And then the other thing about the Legacy Builder opportunity that just blew my mind was I made one investment one time, and I unlocked 4 potential income streams inside of that one investment. And there are 3 other levels below the Legacy Builder that you could make the investment to, whatever might fit with your investment ability. And all of those, except for the very baseline one, come with multiple streams of income. Guys, that's unheard of. It's unheard of that you can make one investment and have multiple streams of income from it. In this program, some of the critical components of this program in particular are here again. You're going to learn how to launch a successful online business opportunity. You're going to learn how to automate your business. That means it's going to run on autopilot 24/7. You don't need a big social media following. I didn't. I still don't have a big social media following. But I've learned the skills to attract customers and convert them to my opportunity through that automation. So no, I don't have to make phone calls in this business. I don't have to spend hours of time DMing over, any of the chatting platforms that come with a social media platform. I don't have to beg family and friends about this. I don't have to constantly recruit. This is not an MLM. It's not a networking program. You don't build teams. It's nothing like that. You own your own business. And the master resale rights that come with your investment is what allows you to make 100% profit. Yes, you heard me. 100% profit. That's outstanding. And even once you learn these skills in digital marketing, you can apply this to anything. There's even people inside this community right now who already own their own businesses. I've met several of them. They do different things. They may have, an expertise in the financial area. There's several that are photographers or videographers. They needed to find a way to learn how to expand their marketing capabilities and how would they get their opportunity discovered by others. They've joined this community so they could learn those skills, because those skills apply to anything once you learn them. And yes, you could go to YouTube and try to figure all this out on your own, but why? Why would you waste your time, which is very valuable, and try to spend hours figuring out which courses to take, who's doing it right, who's had success? This is a proven blueprint. Proven, meaning it works and it's documented to work. So yes, it's worth the investment. And I learned a long time ago in my career and in life that sometimes it's very valuable to pay for someone else's wisdom. They've already been there and done that. You're also going to get incredible support and inspiration inside of this community. Once again, I mentioned we're all like-minded individuals, meaning that we've all launched our own digital marketing businesses. So we constantly get to share tools, resources, tips, and different things that are working. We keep up with social media trends, all those things that would matter in you owning a business. And we regularly, I have never been a part of another community that is so supportive, so helpful, so motivating, encouraging, you name it. We want everyone to win. And I've been a part of some great teams in my past, but I have never been on a team where everyone is focused on everyone winning. And that's what you get. That's what you get when you take the step of faith. So don't let this, let's turn your layoff setback into your greatest success. That's what I found myself. If you're intrigued, interested, want to know more, go to my website, legacywithtracyr.com, and put your email in and watch those first 2 videos. Those first 2 videos are going to give you a lot more in-depth, detailed information that I'm doing it justice on this live right here. But also, when you do that, you're going to get a free guide inside of that. That is basically how you can launch to 10K with this type of business. So legacywithtracyr.com, put your email in and learn a lot more, because I'm telling you, this is where the business world is trending. Why not be a part of the 1.5 million? Join me. Thanks for watching today. Bye.